working experience with multiple organizations like IBM, Accenture, Bank of America, BofA, Citibank. Okay, guys. So these are my journey. So let us start our journey. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about the DevOps. Okay. So first of all, what is DevOps? Okay. We are going to discuss today's class what is DevOps. Second, we are going to discuss what is the main objective of the DevOps? Why we are using the DevOps, correct? So main objective, objective of DevOps. Then we are going to discuss about the DevOps and SDLC. Then we are going to discuss about continuous integration and deployment. Then we are going to discuss about the what cloud provider we are going to use in this particular session. Okay, especially in this particular training. Okay, and what is the trend in the market? Then we are going to discuss about the essential part of the DevOps is what is scripting. Scripting. Then we are going to discuss about the configuration management tool. Tool. And okay, so these are the things we are going to discuss. Apart from that, we will do some hands-on how we are going to use, and also after that we'll discuss about the most important part, that is Azure DevOps. Okay, and we will do some use case. Some use case and tabs. Okay, guys. So let us start with our most important topic, that is what is DevOps. So basically DevOps is what? As everyone know, right? Development plus operation, correct? This is what the DevOps. Okay, so what is the uh, rule of the DevOps? So many people will think that okay, maybe something we are going to only deploy the code. That is not only the DevOps. DevOps is basically nowadays, DevOps is what? Development plus operations. Okay, so in the development, developer is what? Going to do what? Write the code. Developer is what? Writing the code. And operation team is what? Is going to do host the application, deploy the code, correct? And also maintain the performance of the environment. Okay, so that is known as nowadays monitoring. Monitoring. And also in the monitoring, you guys must have seen that there is one keyword, that is SRE engineers, right? Okay. So basically nowadays, if you are only doing the operation task and then you think that, okay, no, I am a full stack DevOps. No, you are not a full stack developers. You should have that first is what? Understanding, as I have already mentioned, right? These are the things you should have. Very good understanding of the DevOps concept. Then you should have the main objective of the DevOps clear. Then you should have also very good understanding of SDLC, how SDLC is going to help you in DevOps process. Then CI deployment, cloud provider, scripting, and and configuration management tools knowledge. Okay. So nowadays we are the people are especially in the industry, the person like me are looking for the person in our organization, DevOps, okay, equals to, see, intentionally I put a double equals to. Person should have basic scripting knowledge, scripting plus AI tools knowledge. Okay, guys, plus operation activity plus monitoring tools knowledge and guys, infra knowledge. Okay, so these are, then we are going to, and then you will get a good package, very good smart package, standard package, you can say that. Okay, so these are the main things, at least you should have that. Okay, basic scripting knowledge. Okay, clear, guys? Basically in this whenever we are going to talk about that, the DevOps engineer, so basically now it is clear what is DevOps. So nowadays we are looking for the person who have basic scripting, AI tools, operational activity knowledge, monitoring tools knowledge. Okay, let me check. What are the AI tools used in DevOps? I will take your questions at the end. Don't worry, there are GitHub Copilot and all tools are there. Don't worry, I will take one by one at the end. Okay. So this is what the basic, you should have the basic scripting knowledge, AI tools, operational activity, monitoring tools, knowledge and infra. Okay, knowledge. Now this activity you guys have understood what is DevOps. But now before understanding of the main objective of DevOps, okay, nowadays there are multiple terminology you guys must have heard about. One is what? DevSecOps, correct? After that you guys must have seen that somewhere. Sec DevOps. Okay, so what does it mean? So nowadays you should have all these activity knowledge, plus you should have some security knowledge also. Knowledge, and also how to fix the vulnerability. Okay, vulnerability. Okay, guys. So these are also nowadays it is required. Here, so DevSecOps is what? Development, security plus operation. Before operation, basically we have to take care that, we have to take care first development, and then before the deploying into the market, deploying into the production, you should have this particular, you should have already checked the security issues, okay, or is there any vulnerability, okay, is there an impact, then you are going to perform the operational activity plus operation. Okay, now next is what? SecDevOps. So here we have to first give the priority security. Means what? In which environment we are developing the code, what are the tools we are using. Okay, so basically SecDevOps mainly the banks are using, now they have already started. Okay, security first you have to take care, then development, and then operation. Okay, so this is what the SecDevOps. Okay, now let us discuss about the DevOps main or core objective of DevOps. So that is what our second topic, that is main objective of DevOps. Objective of DevOps, or nowadays you can say that objective of DevSecOps, SecDevOps. Okay, first item is what we have to, in this we have to maintain the code. As a DevOps engineer, we have to maintain the code. Second objective is what? We have to deploy the code. I'm just talking about the core, objective. Deploy the code. Core activity, what usually, a DevOps engineer is going to do. Next is what? Scale the code. And fourth one is what? Monitor the code. Okay. These are the basic, basic work of the DevOps. Okay. So how you are going to monitor, scale the code means what? Scripting stuff. Okay. So let me give you the basically, if you are going to understand what exactly the, DevOps engineer is going to do. So let me give you the simple, idea regarding how they are going to work on that. Okay, so let me open this pen and just see. So let me give you the simple example. This is what development. Okay, developer is going to develop your code. Okay, and DevOps engineer is what? going to take this code and it is going to be deployed to the users. Okay, like any application, suppose developer is going developing, then DevOps engineer is what? Going to what? Deploy the code, or they are going to put into the market. That is what the DevOps engineer. Basically, I'm not going in that much detail. Okay. So this is the work of DevOps engineer. Okay. In a layman style. Next, we are going to discuss about the SDLC. This is very important. So first of all, why SDLC we have to understand for a DevOps engineer. So first of all, as I told you, right, first of all, everyone should have understood that they, or maybe they have already using Agile, right? Yes or no? Before Agile, we have what? Multiple waterfall model, multiple SDLC like waterfall, V model and all. Correct, guys? So suppose waterfall model, Agile, and after Agile, DevOps came into the picture. After DevOps, DevSecOps came into the picture. After that, Sec, DevOps came into the picture. Okay, guys, clear? Nowadays, the people which we are hiring in our MNCs and all, right? Or all the any organization like the Cognizant, Accenture, Infosys, Wipro, BOFA, right? All these organization is hiring the people who should have, as I told you, right? This is here. Okay, plus. Okay. So this knowledge is very much important. Okay. So here, this is what. So that's the region and how we are going to use SDLC. Okay. So first of all, let us take the example of SDLC and all. And what exactly, I'm not going to tell you so much, theory about the SDLC. Just we are going to discuss what are the phases and what is the output. What are the deliverable. So first in SDLC, we have a requirement phase, right? Requirement phase. Okay. So in the requirement phase, okay, what is the output? Output is what? BRD document, business requirement document. Second one is what? SRS document. Third one is what? Use case, or those who are working in Agile, they must have understood the user stories. Basically, what is user story? User story is what? A smallest piece of the requirement in Agile. Okay. Next, what will the output or deliverable? RTM, requirement traceability matrix. Okay. Next is what? Feasibility, feasibility study. Okay. Or feasibility report output. Okay. So these are the output of this particular phase. Okay. So this is what the SDLC first phase in the from the first phase requirement in the from the requirement phase, these are the deliverable we have to deliver to the client. Okay. So these are the stuff. Next, what is the next SDLC phase is what? System design. So in the system design, first only HLD, high level design. After that, LLD, low level design. Third one is what? DFD, that is data flow diagram. Fourth one is what? Database design. Correct, guys? Next is what? Next is what? Prototypes and etc. Okay. So these are the deliverables of system design. Okay. Second phase of SDLC. What is third phase? Development or implementation. Meant slash or implementation, or this particular phase also known as coding phase. Okay. So here first one is what? Source code. Next is what? Unit test case and their report, because developer is going to do the unit test case. Okay. Third one is what? Build script. Correct, guys? See, let me tell you, as a DevOps engineer, if you think that we don't require any kind of scripting knowledge or code knowledge, no, you should have the basic understanding of the scripting knowledge. Okay. So that's the reason we have included those part also in our syllabus. Okay. Build script and code review. Okay. Report. So these are the output of the third phase, that is development and implementation. Fourth one is basically, you guys must be heard about the testing one, right? So in the testing it will comes like automation and manual both. Okay. So for fourth one is what? Testing. So in the testing, first one is what? Test plan we have to create, either for automation test plan, manual test plan, or in a entire project test plan. Okay. Next is what? What is the deliverable next? Test case or test script if you are going to do the automation testing. Okay. It covers manual and automation. Okay. So we are talking about here manual and automation both. After the test case and all, there must be a what? Defect or bug. Defect is basically variance between expected and actual result. Okay, guys. So this is what? Bug report. Test. After that, test summary report. After that, you guys must have understood the terminology UAT, user acceptance testing sign off. So these are the output or deliverable of the testing phase of SDLC. Next phase is what? Deployment. So in the deployment phase, what are the core deliverable? So here, the main role of the DevOps came into the picture. Okay, guys. So here, who is going to do deployment work? So first of all, we are going to create deployment plan. Correct, guys? Who will do that? Nowadays, DevOps architect is going to create that. Okay. You guys are, if you are a senior DevOps engineer, then you are also able to create that. Okay. Then release notes, then configuration files, right? For project, we should have the configuration file, right? Then installation, or maybe, the we have the how to deploy, right? So deployment script. Okay. So these are the, activity or deliverables we are, going to do in the deployment phase. Okay. And also, as a DevOps engineer, you guys must be heard about sometimes we have to roll back the plan, right? Or backup plan, right? Correct, guys? So backup and rollback also, like how we are going to do with, okay, branching strategy and all, right? So those stuff also we are, and we are going, these are the active manner deliverable of the deployment phase, especially who is going to do, who will involve nowadays, DevOps engineer also, okay, in this particular phase. And production sign off, this is very important, okay. And next is what? Maintenance. Maintenance and support. So in the maintenance phase, basically what we used to do, we are going to create the maintenance report, correct? Then change request, correct? We are updating the user manual, or we used to, provide updated, document. Next is what? We are going to do the monitoring. So in the monitoring performance report, that is the deliverable. And next is what? Patch release or patch update. Okay, so these are the core things, okay, where basically DevOps engineer involved nowadays. Not a DevOps engineer, you can say that a senior DevOps engineer, DevOps architect, all. Okay, DevOps engineer is what at starting of that they are just only managing the environment and deploying the code. That's all. Okay, guys. So this is what the SDLC and each phase are, how we are going to use that. Okay. Next, we are going to talk about the CI/CD. Okay. So CI/CD, as I told, right, continuous integration and continuous deployment. This is what. Okay. CI and CD. So basically, CI and CD is what? I'm just giving you, I'm not going that much detail, but here, as it is a first class, okay, here we are going to discuss about the why CI and slash CD is important. Okay, so basically CI/CD stands for continuous delivery and no, continuous delivery and continuous deployment. Okay. So let me give you the simple example. Developer is going to develop the code, correct? Then they are going to put the code into the repository, right, guys? From the repository, okay, through the CI/CD. we are deploying the code. Let me give you in this way. No, I don't want to use this at this time. Okay, fine. Let it be. So developer is going to develop the code, and in the middle there is what repository. Okay, and here we have a production. Okay, so in the production we are going to deploy, right? So this is what repository, and here we are using CI and CD. Okay, so developer is going to put their code into the repository, and from the repository we are going to deploy into the production using dev to prod, dev to repository production, or dev to production. Okay, that is what we are using CI and CD. I'm not going that much detail. Okay, let me give the simple example. Suppose you are developing a Python application. In the Python you have some pandas and all, right? Okay, so for that you need some kind of configuration file to run that particular code into any machine. So in that particular place we are using some containers and virtual development. Okay, so that is what Docker and Kubernetes we are using. Okay, so that we will discuss in the later class in details, what is Docker, what is Kubernetes. Okay, now next topic we are going to come regarding that. Okay, so we are going to use now the cloud provider. This is very important. Cloud provider. Okay, so because in which cloud you are working? Cloud provider. So cloud provider, nowadays there are multiple cloud providers are available, but what are the major cloud provider which is going to capture almost 90% to 95% of the market? So let us talk about those first. In the first, Azure cloud is there. Okay, next is what? AWS. Third one is what? GCP. Also we have other IBM cloud, okay, Alibaba and all. Okay, but the major market share is divided between these three only. Okay, and in all these three, number one is Azure. Okay, almost 38 or 39%. 30 with the 36% AWS, and then almost 15 to 18% GCP. Okay, so this is what the trend of the cloud. Okay, clear guys? Here, if you know at least one cloud, you know, in detail. In detail means what? How much we are going to discuss in the next class. Or okay, then it is very easy to learn other cloud. Because see, work will same, only the terminologies are different. Let me give the simple example. In Azure, we used to call virtual machine as VMs, correct? In AWS, we are calling as EC2. You guys must be heard about. In GCP, we used to call as Google Compute Engine or GCE. Okay, so all three have the same function almost. Okay, only terminologies are there. All are servers. Okay. So Azure have almost 38% of the market share. AWS is what? Almost 36. And here 18 to 20%. So if you know any one, second one or third one will be very easy, okay, to understand. As I told you, right? Similarly, they have also the storage account in Azure. Okay. In AWS, we have what S3 like that. Okay. We'll discuss in the later class. I'm not going in that much details. Okay, guys. Now, one more part I want to cover, that is what scripting. So in the scripting, what are the stuff we are going to discuss in this particular session? So as a DevOps engineer, you should have the knowledge of Bash. Also, you should have the Python, because nowadays without Python, no one will hire you in a good package. Okay, so these two things we are going to discuss in our next session. Okay, or whenever we are going to next session. These are the particular time we have already fixed. This much hour we are going to dedicate to the Python and Bash. I'm not talking about you are become a developer of a Python. What is needed, how much is required for DevOps, that is what, and how to use AI tools to write the code. Because nowadays everyone is what using multiple tools. You guys also know, right? Chat GPT and Copilot and all, right? Gemini and all, right? There's so many tools are there, right? So those tools also, but basic understanding, if you have the understanding of Python, then only you are able to find out which code you have to write and how to take the help from the Google or AI tools. Okay. Otherwise, in place of Java code, you will put the Python code and trying to run. That will not work. Okay. Also, there is one more terminology which I have used here is what? Uh, Configuration management tools. Configuration management tools are nowadays, if you guys must heard about the Ansible, correct guys? Ansible and all. So, or NGX, those stuff, you have the basic understanding, then it is fine. And if you do not have, then we will provide you. Okay, clear guys? No. So a cloud provider, after the cloud provider, we should have the knowledge of cloud, right? Before. So what is cloud? Cloud is basically, if I will ask anyone, they will say it is a server, storage and all. But cloud is basically, it is what? Service, which we are going to use over the internet. And these are Azure, AWS and GCP are not the cloud. They are the service provider. Okay, guys. So that whenever we are going to talk about this, that is what we have to understand. What is cloud? Cloud is a service which we are going to use over the internet. Okay. Cloud have basically, let us in this our particular session, okay, in this training, we are going to use this Azure as it is a market share is what? Highest, 38 to 40%. Okay. So in the Azure cloud or Azure, we can say that Azure provider, we have only three types of cloud. First one is what? Private or public. You can say that public. Second one is what? Private, and third one is what? Hybrid. Okay, guys. So public cloud is what? We are using what? Google Photo and all, right? That is public. Private, we are able to use only on VPN, accessible with VPN. And hybrid is what? Combination of public and private. Right now, I'm not going that much detail. Private. Okay, this is the cloud. Now, in the Azure cloud, they are also providing the service, right? So, service types of cloud. So, basically, if you will talk the service types, let me service types. So, you guys must be heard about the infrastructure as a service, IaaS. Second one is what? PaaS. Third one is what? SaaS. Okay, so infrastructure as a service is what? As I told you, right? In Azure, we are, you can say that VM, GCE, and all, right? Platform as a service is what? Right now, we are using, we have Eclipse, VS Code, right? Okay, guys. And SaaS is what? Right now, we are using what? Zoom, right? Skype, Teams, okay, etc. So these are the service type of cloud. Okay, infrastructure as a service, also known as the gateway of the cloud computing. Okay, guys. Now, which tool we are going to cover? So as I told you that DevOps required everything, right? You should have. So we are going to discuss in this particular syllabus. We are going to discuss about the Azure DevOps. Okay, this is a very almost all the organization is using Azure DevOps because Azure DevOps is not a single service; it is a suite of service. Okay. In Azure DevOps, we have what? Azure board, we have Azure test plan, we have Azure artifacts, we have Azure pipeline, we have Azure repository. So all the start to finish, entire project life cycle, you can plan on Azure DevOps. Whatever the work we are doing in Jira, everything we can do in Azure board. Whatever the work we are, so because in the single platform, you are able to do each and every work, either planning of the project, deployment of the project, testing of the project, artifacts storing, okay, everything. That's the reason this particular tool is what right now in the market number one tool. Ranking is what? Number one tool in the market. Okay. Because all the other tools have what? Individual stuff. If you are using Terraform, they will also going to only, they're going to provision the services. If you're using Jira, it will only help you up to that what? Project related stuff. Okay. Like creating user story, defect and all. Here, everything you can do in a single platform. Okay. Team management and all. Okay. So in this particular course, we are going to give you the 3 certifications full. Okay. First one is what? AG 900, that is Azure Fundamental. Okay, guys. Anyone have any doubt? Azure Fundamental. Guys, I don't think so. Okay, great. Next is AG104. We are going to, that is Azure Administrator. Okay, nowadays it is very important. Okay, and third one is what, AG400. So that is Azure DevOps. Okay, so DevOps. If you want to give this particular certification, you should have this particular certification. Okay, okay, guys, this is a mandatory before giving this certification. Apart from that, we are going to cover also AI Azure. Okay, certifications. Okay, and other AI tools like how to prompt. Okay, AI tools. Okay, like Copilot, ChatGPT, Gemini, and all. These all are we are going to give you in this particular, AI tools. Okay, and also we are going to cover scripting part, that is for included Bash and Python. Okay, these 6 items we are going to provide you in details. Okay, guys. Now let us do some hands-on. Okay, so directly I am going to share my screen on a Azure DevOps directly, because how to create logins and all those stuff, oh, those are, uh, if you will do, then it will take so much time. So let us take the giving you the overview of that particular, just a second. Let me stop and then I will share once again. I need to log into the portal. We'll do some hands-on. So first of all, in the Azure DevOps, you can see that this is what axe.azure.com. Okay. So how to create the this stuff, I will explain you in the details. First of all, for doing any project, we have to create an organization. Okay. In this way, you can create the organization. Okay. So let us use the existing organization only. So here already project. So first of all, if you want to work on Azure DevOps, this is what icon. We have to create the project. So first of all, you can see that left hand side, there is a plus new project. Okay. So suppose demo project 05, and I am just putting the same thing in the description, and I'm just going to create. Okay. So it will take few seconds to create. So you can see that, right? Demo project 05 is created, and this is overview of this particular project. And here, as I told you, right, we have Azure DevOps is not a single service. It is a suite of service: board, reports, pipelines, test plan, and artifacts, right? These are the services included in the Azure DevOps. Okay, guys. So first of all, we are going to create, we have already created the project, right? So in the project, we must have someone, who is going to work in the project, right? So first of all, go to the first we are going to set up. So let me here. First one is what? Creation. Demo is what? Creation of project on Azure DevOps portal. Then inside the project we must have teams, right? Without team we are not able to do anything, right? So we are going to add the members in the team. Okay, so let me show you. Go to the project setting. You can see that this is the project setting. Click here. Then in the project setting, demo project 05, under the overview, if you want to change the description, you can change here. This is a demo project. Okay. And now you can go to the teams. In the teams, you can see the demo project 05 team is there. There is only one person, that is your default. Okay. So let us add the new team. Okay. Whenever you are going to add here, suppose I am going to add Rohit at the rate of Gmail. John at the rate of Gmail. Okay, you can add multiple people. Okay. Team member added. And click on create. These are the three members, right? Clear, guys? Okay. Now go to the dashboard. Go to the teams. So here there are two teams. Now go to this particular default teams. Here only one member, right? Here also you can add. Suppose here John, if you are going to add, now you are going to add, suppose Lij Lisa at the rate of, okay, you can save in this way. So you can see that we have created multiple teams, and in the multiple teams we have added the multiple people. Okay, clear, guys? Let me show you. One is what Rohit team. In the Rohit team there are three members, these three, right? Go back to the again teams. There's a default, that is demo project 05. Here again three members. Okay, you can add five members also. Like suppose test 01